My name is Layla. It's a very Syrian name. It's a very Arabic name. So if I introduce myself and say my name is Layla, people ask me where are you from, and I say that my grandmother is Syrian.
I am second generation, on my mother's side Sephardic Jewish, and on my father's side Ashkenazi. And we have the imprint of both sides in our family, primarily the Sephardic side or the Syrian side.
I have great pride in being a Syrian Jewish woman who, my mom, both her parents were from Syria. Her dad was from Damascus, Shram, and her mother was from Aleppo, Halabiya, my Jewish heritage coming from Syria.
My grandfather came, it was around 1912, and I know that it was for a better opportunity.
Even though they didn't want to leave their heritage there, which their heritage was very important, and I believe at that time in the early 1900s, 1910s, that they got along quite well with everyone else. It was not an antagonistic feeling between the different religions that you might find now.
We're American, but we have that same cultural imprint of being the Syrian, the Middle Eastern side passed down through, in a way, the way we relate to the world, being very family-oriented, which is also Jewish, but also Middle Eastern. Well, when my mother, late in her life, when she was not bedridden, but late at night, I would go to the house and say goodnight and say, Atine Bose, give me a kiss, and Ruhi Nami, sleep well, or go to sleep. And Ana behibbak habibi, I love you, my habibi, my sweetheart, my love. And we would say that back and forth to each other.
She taught us many sayings. She would tell my sister and I when we were acting silly, dem ghilis, and she would tell us sayings like, ma ba'ed alimada.
I'm very attached to being Syrian Jewish. The culture was just part of my everyday growing up. From the statements my mom would say, like to tell us to get out of the dog to get out of the kitchen, the keleb to kish, like while she was cooking. She would tell us if we were being stubborn. She would say that we were rashaja, like stubborn, hard-headed.
Kishbi wish mabirish, my mom would say, get your, sad face out of here. Or she'd say, wish trasal maya, you're the face of the bottom of a slipper, of the sole of a shoe. She would tell me that when I was being a little kid and acting. واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة عشرة. I remember how to count in Arabic. And I have a lot of bad words that my mom taught us, and we would hear our uncles saying, but don't want to say those here.
I listen to Nancy Ajram now because I like her music.
Yes, of course I remember all the Syrian music. My mom had, actually I used to belly dance years ago because the culture, it was something that I loved and wanted to do, but there was Kalsum.
Fino. Habibi, I have to play it, but that song Fino, yeah.
I have this huge empathy for the people in Syria right now. It makes my heart cry. Bighem el-elab, my heart is heavy. And that's how I feel for the people of Syria right now. It's so terrible, all these little children.
I just would like the politicians to get out and let people live and be kind and human and generous. That's what's really important now.
We know we're just lucky that you can just be born. Wherever you're born, you don't control. And I have a lot of empathy and love for the people there. And I'm sorry.